Let's start by having a look at what binary actually is and why we use it in computer science. First of all, we'll look at the denary number system. Now that's the standard number system that we use on an everyday basis. There are 10 values from 0 to 9. Every denary number is made up of a combination of these values. Binary is different. Binary only consists of two values, 0 and 1. It's the most fundamental way things can be represented in computers, either off or on, 0 and 1. Think of it, if you like, as a light bulb being off or on a value of 0 or a value of 1. So how with only two values, 0 and 1, can we represent higher numbers? We do this by actually combining the bits. Now a bit is a single value of 0 or 1. If we combine them together, like this example with 4 bits, we can represent a higher number. We can then combine 8 bits together and we call this a byte. The correct name for a 4-bit number is actually a nibble, which is half of a byte. So how do those 4-bit and 8-bit numbers represent denary values? Let's have a look at the 4-bit number that we saw earlier, 0110. The bit on the far right represents the number 1, then 2, then 4, then 8 as you go left. So the value of this 4-bit binary number would be 6. We get that by adding 4 and 2, the values that are represented by 1 there. If we look at this 8-bit number, this particular 8-bit number, we would add 32, 8 and 1, ignoring all of the bits that are set at 0. If we add these together, that will give us a total of 41, which is the denary representation of this 8-bit number. Something you'll need to be aware of is the maximum value that can be stored by 4-bit and 8-bit numbers. So if we look at this 4-bit number consisting of 4 ones, the maximum value that is represented here will be 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, which adds up to 15. This gives us a range of 16 values 0 to 15. If I do the same with the 8-bit number, I add the sequence of 8 ones, this will give me a total of 255, so that's the highest value that can be represented, giving us a range of 256, 0 to 255. We know what a bit is, we know what a nibble is, and we know what a byte is, but we also need to know about combinations of bytes. So if I take 1024 bytes, we call that a kilobyte. And as you can see from this, the key value you need to know is 1024. Also be aware that are values higher than a terabyte. So for your exam, you need to make sure you can explain what binary is and why we use it, be able to convert from binary to denary and back, and understand bit, nibble, byte, kilobyte, megabyte and gigabytes.